All right, hey there, personal injury doctors, whether you're a chiropractor, neurologist, orthopedic surgeon, interventional pain doctor, you're in the right place to get some good marketing strategies for your personal injury practice. So what I want to talk about today is the number one tactic attorneys try to use to screw doctors out of their money. And it happens all the time. It's like one of the top 3 objections I hear from all the chiropractors and doctors in the program. So let me just lay out the scenario. You've been treating the patient, they've come to the end of care, you've wrapped up the bills, you've sent your documents, the whole package to the attorney. And the attorney calls you for settlement negotiations. And this is how the conversation goes. Hey, Dr. Slater, we're coming to the end of Mrs. Jones' case here. We've got a settlement offer on the table. I know your bill is $5,000. Will you take $2,200 on this case? And I say to them, well, Mr. Attorney, I have a business. This is a business decision, and I make business decisions based on data. So I need a little more data in order to make this decision. So I need to know what the final settlement offer was, who are the other providers that are on the case, what their bills were, what you're offering them, am I being treated fairly, and are you taking a percentage that I'm taking off of your bill? So these are the standard questions that you ask. But this is the response some attorneys will give you. All right, because of attorney-client privilege, I am not able to share the disbursement agreement with you, or the disbursement sheet. Okay, that is bull. Let me explain why. Let's just start here. The American Bar Rule 1.15. This is from AmericanBar.org. Now, every state has their own state bar, but a lot of the state bars adopted American Bar Rule 1.15. So at least American Bar Rule 1.15 will give you a starting off point to do your own research in your state bar's website to find this information. So let me read what this says right from American Bar Rule 1.15. A lawyer shall hold property of clients or third persons that is in a lawyer's possessions in connection with a representation separate from the lawyer's own property. Funds shall be kept in a separate account maintained in the state where the lawyer's office is situated or elsewhere with the consent of the client or third person. Other property shall be identified as such and appropriately safeguarded. Complete records of such account funds and other property shall be kept by the lawyer and shall be preserved for a period of 5 years after termination of the representation. Stay with me here. A lawyer may deposit the lawyer's own funds in a client trust account for the sole purpose of paying bank service charges on an account, blah, 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 blah. A lawyer shall deposit into a client trust account legal fees and expenses that have been paid, blah, 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 blah. All right, here's the part. Rule 1.15D is in dog. Upon receiving funds or other property in which a client or third person has an interest, a lawyer shall promptly notify the client or third person, except as stated in this rule or otherwise permitted by law or by agreement with the client, a lawyer shall promptly deliver to the client or third person any funds or other property that the client or third person is entitled to receive, and upon request of the client or third person shall promptly render a full accounting regarding such property. That's where you call them out on their They have to share the disbursement sheet with you. You should already have handled this in your assignment of benefits. Your patient should give you the power of attorney. All checks are to be sent to you, deposited into your account, not the patient's account. So by law, according to their own state bar, they have to share the disbursement sheet with you. So, and I do this with several of my clients. Let me just tell you right now, I am not a lawyer. I am not giving legal advice. I'm speaking from my own experience. Now, personal injury is based on a relationship. If you push back on this, this could end the relationship. But with the example that I gave you, if you have a $5,000 bill and they want to give you $2,200 and they don't want to explain why, that relationship is now broken. Relationships are based on mutual trust and respect. This attorney apparently doesn't respect you or your bill. So now it's time to go get your money. So you're going to quote this from your state bar. Bar Rule 1.15 to say, keeping a record, you have to give me a full accounting of all the third parties. You have to provide that full accounting. That's number one. Failure to do so, I will report you to the state bar, as well as partner number 1, partner number 2, partner number 3, partner number 4. You're gonna file a bar complaint that they violated that bar rule, and you can copy and paste that bar rule into your letter. And if you want an extra layer of turning the knife in them to make them comply, there's something called, I'm just gonna talk about something called theft by conversion. If an attorney takes funds and converts them into his own for his own enrichment, that's a crime. Theft by conversion is a crime. I'm even considering filing charges for theft by conversion. In every instance that I recommended these actions to the doctor, that doctor, oh, by the way, you also say this in your letter, I'm gonna do all these things if I don't receive a check delivered via courier on my desk by February 15th, 2020, whatever. Okay? And every time this has been done, a check has been delivered to the doctor based on this conversation. Now, it's probably gonna end the relationship, but why do you wanna work twice as hard for half the money? There are so many attorneys that, like you, will respect your notes, understand you give them value drivers, and it's because of your notes they got the settlement. They'll be transparent with you, and then you're able to play ball more because you have all the facts and all the information. So that's the number one tactic they try to pull to keep more money, not only for themselves, but for their client. But that's the script that you can push back, and you don't have to take that BS. They have to give you a full accounting. So I appreciate you watching this video. If you want more, like and subscribe to like this video, subscribe to my channel. I produce one helpful video for personal injury doctors every week. So like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week. Have a great day, everybody.